communism and radical leftist activity in America. The Red Scare personally affected the playwright. After the playwright met his friend Elia Kazan, the famous director, Miller traveled to Salem, Massachusetts to study the infamous witch trials of 1692.
On his return trip, he heard a recording of Kazan's controversial testimony, in which the director listed the names of fellow actors and playwrights with ties to leftist causes. That evening, Miller began writing in Crucible, one of his most famous plays, which uses the Salem witch trials as an allegory to Senator Joseph McCarthy's oppressive tactics. Salem, Massachusetts, 1692.
The tragedy which is about to begin developed from a paradox.
The town developed a theocracy, a combined church and state whose function was to keep the community together and prevent any sort of disunity that might lead to destruction by material or ideological enemies. Their fathers had been persecuted in England, so now they and their church found it necessary to deny any other sect its freedom, lest the New Jerusalem be delved by wrong ways and deceitful ideas.
They believed they held in their steady hand the candle to the light of the world.
But all organization is grounded on the ideas of exclusion and prohibition, just as two objects cannot occupy the same space. And the time came in New England when the repressions of order were heavier than seemed warranted by the dangerous against which they were organized.
Old suspicions and the envy of the miserable towards the happy could and did burst out in general revenge. But the people of Salem in 1692 were not quite the dedicated folk that arrived on the Mayflower. The edge of wilderness was close by. The American continent stretched endlessly west. It stood dark and threatening over their shoulders, night and day.
Reverend Pius's house stood in a town, though you'd hardly call it a village. A bunch of dark, small widowed houses snuggled up against the raw Massachusetts winter.
Harris is a widower with no interest in children or talent with them.
He, like the rest of Salem, were never conceived that we were anything but thankful for being permitted to walk straight,
Eyes slightly lowered, arms at our sides, and mouth shut.
Until bidden to speak.
Ma Betty be hardy soon.
How's it feeling?
Ma Betty not gon' die.
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh, God. God help me. And you wake, you open your eyes. Child, little one.
Uncle, Susanna Walcott's here from Dr. Bruce.
No, let her come, let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Briggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for his books.
You must search on.
Aye, sir, he had been searching in his books since he left you, sir. But he bid me tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of
No,
it.
no. There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and he will surely confirm that. Tell him to look to medicine and put off all thoughts of unnatural causes. There be none here.
Aye, sir, he bid me tell you.
Susanna, speak nothing of composition.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I pray for her.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think you'd best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor is packed with people, sir. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to him? That I discovered my daughter and my niece dancing like he did in the forest.
Uncle, we did dance. And let you tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must, but they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you've not opened with me. What did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle, and when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and she fainted, and there is the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look you, child, your punishment will come in its time. But if you've trafficked in spirits. You must tell me now, for surely my enemies will find out, and they will ruin me with it.
But we never conjure spirits.
Then why can she not come since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard of it, Uncle.
There is a faction that is sworn to drive me from my comfort. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
Now, in the very midst of such destruction, my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in the forest!
It were sports, Uncle.
You call this sport? Abigail, if there is anything that you know that may help the doctor, for God's sake, tell it to me. I saw Chichima waving her arms over the fire when I came up there. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She always sings her Barbados songs and dance.
Do not clink it, Abigail, for my enemies will not clink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress.
A dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through.
No one were naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you. For now my ministry's at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life.
There is nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I have fought for 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people towards me. And now, just now, when some good respect rises for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answers. Your name in the town. It is entirely right, is it not?
I think so, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause other than what you have given me for your being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I have heard it said, and I will tell you as I heard it, that she rarely come to church this year, for she will not sit near something so soiled. What signify that enough?
She hates me, Uncle. She must, for I would not be her slave. It is a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
That may be so, but it troubles me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all that time no other family called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not black my face for any of them. Do you begrudge my bed, Uncle?
No, no.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it said that my name is soiled. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar.
No, no, I cannot have anyone. Oh, hello, good Putnam.
It is a marvel. It surely is a stroke of hell upon you.
No, good Putnam.
How high did you fly? How high?
No, no, she never flew.
Why, sir, she did. Mr. Collins said he saw her fly over Ingersoll's barn and came down light as a bird, he says.
Putnam, she never flew.
The thing is out now. It is of providence. The thing is out.
What's out? What's out?
Her roof is closed. Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your roof is sick?
I not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's that, you know, it's that. Try it into enough pork and hooked.
Oh, pray not. Why? How does your roof ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, yet she walks and her eyes are open. But she hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul sleeps surely. I've heard you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. He has much experience in the demonic arts. And
He has indeed. And you found a witch last year in Beverly. Let you remember that.
No, Goody Ann, they only thought that we were a witch, and I'm certain there is no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft, sir.
Goody Ann, I pray you. I know that you and your family, least of all, would ever wish so disastrous a charge laid upon you. They will howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I will continue. But I cannot hold back if you continue this.
Goody Ann, you can't.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the ground. Believe me, sir, you never saw such hardy babies born, yet each would wither in my arms the night of their birth. I have spoken nothing, yet my heart has clamored intimations. And now this year I see my roof, my only
It is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I'll take that upon my soul. But who else may tell us who surely murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris, murdered at Marcus Fruit Market. Last night, my roots were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir, for how else would you be suddenly struck dumb, except for some darkness that is holding her tongue? It is a formidable sign.
You were conjuring up spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, with proper payment for my charity. Now I am undone.
You are not undone, sir. Let you take hold here. You have discovered witchcraft and...
In my house? In my house? They will howl me out of Salem for this. They will...
Your pardon. I only come to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you at home? Who's the first?
Your grandma come. She seems to cool a little, but she gave a grand sneeze before.
There's a sign of life.
I think no more good. Although it was a powerful sneeze, another like it will shake her wits together and share.
Will you leave me a while? Again, I will pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not go down and...
No. I have no answer for that crowd. I will wait till Mr. Hale arrives. Will he add if he will?
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and the villains will bless you for it. Surely you will lead the prophets in a prayer.
I will lead them in a song. But let you say nothing of witchcraft yet. I've had enough contention since I came to you. I want no more.
Mercy, go and hold to Ruth, you hear?
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
I will, Uncle.
There is a terrible power in her heart today.
How is Ruth sick?
It's weirdish, I know not. She seemed to walk like a dead one since last night.
Oh, Betty. Betty, dear, wake up now. Betty.
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one last night, and it worked for a minute. It wasn't happening.
No, coming up. Now, listen, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told him as much already.
Hi, and what more?
He knows Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's sisters to come out of the grave.
And what's more?
He saw you naked.
Oh my gosh.
What do we do? The village is out. I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They be calling us witches, Abby.
She needs to tell, I know it.
We've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging error, a hanging, like they done in Boston 2 years ago. Abby, we must tell the truth. You'll only be whipped for dancing and the other things.
Oh, will be whipped.
I never done none of it, Abby. I only looked.
You're a grand one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren? What grand peeping courage you have.
Betty, wake up now, it's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty. Hi, you seem improving. Now listen, I talked to your papa and I told him everything. So there's nothing for you. What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried.
I'm flying, Mama! Let me fly!
I told him everything. He knows now. He knows. So there's nothing for you.
You drank blood, Abby! You didn't tell him that!
Never say that. You never.
You did. You drank the charm to kill John Proctor. You drank the charm to kill...
Shut it! Shut it! Now look, you all you danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. And mark this, let either of you breathe a word or the edge of a word of the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I watched as Indians smashed my dear parents' heads on the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night, and I can make you wish you'd never seen the sun go down. You sit up and you stop this.
Abby, what's got her? It's a sin to conjure, and we...
I say, shut it, Mary.
Oh, I was just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you, looking for you more often than my cows?
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you the great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home, my wife's waiting with your work.
I'm better here. I have Ruth to take care of. Good morning.
I'd almost forgotten how strong you are, John Proctor.
What's this mission for?
She's just gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Hush! We were dancing in the woods last night. My uncle leaked out in the bush and she took fright, is all.
Oh, you're wicked yet, aren't you? You've been clapping the stocks before you this morning.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No. No, I mean, that is done with.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I come to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. You'll put it out of mind.
John, I am waiting for you every night.
I never give you hope to wait for me.
I have something better than hope, I think.
You'll put it out of mind, Abby. I'll not be coming for you anymore.
You're surely sporting.
You know me better.
Well, I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I'd come near. Or did I dream that? It's she that put me out. You cannot pretend that it were you. I saw your face the day she put me out. You loved me then, and you do now.
I mean, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things, but not so wild, I think. I have seen you since she put me out. I have seen you nights.
I have hardly left my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window most every night, and I have seen you looking up, burning in your loneliness. Do you tell me you've never looked up at my window?
I may have looked up.
Then you must. You are no wintry man. I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and wander about the houses though I find you coming through some door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will rather cut off my hand than comfort you ever again. We never touched. Put it out of your mind.
But we did.
But we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly
You
wife.
speak nothing, Elizabeth!
She is blackening my name in the village. She is spreading lies about me. It is a bitter woman, a lying, sniveling woman, and
You look
curse
for
her.
a whipping!
I look for John Proctor, who took me from my sleep and put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretend Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes. I will not. I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet, John. Pity me, pity me. Betty? Betty, what is it, Betty? Betty!
Stop that! What are you doing to her? Betty!
She heard you singing and suddenly she's up and screaming.
The song she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name.
Oh, God forbid! Quick, Mercy, go to the doctor and tell him what's happened here.
Mark it for a sign, mark it. This is a notorious sign of witchcraft, but goody nurse, a prodigious sign.
Rebecca, go to her. We are lost.
There's hard sickness here, Giles Corey, so please keep quiet.
I've got you a word. No one here can testify that I said a word. Is she going to try again?
Man, be quiet now.
What have you done?
Did you make it, Rebecca?
I think she'll wake in time. Pray calm yourselves. I have 11 children, and I am 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all
silly seasons. And when it come on them, we run the devil bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You'll never catch it running after it. But you must stand still, and for love, it will soon itself come back.
Ah, that's the truth, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca. She will not eat.
Perhaps she is not hungered yet. I hope you're not decided to go in search of those spirits, Mr. Paris. I heard promise of that outside.
Why the kings running to the parish? The devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them if they are wrong.
And let you call them out and call them wrong. Did you consult the wardens before you called this minister to look for devils?
He's not coming to look for devils.
Then what is he coming for?
There are children dying in the village.
I've seen none dying. This society will not be a bag for you to swing around your head, Miss Putnam.
I am sick of meetings. Cannot a man turn his head without landing in a meeting?
She may turn her head, but not to hell.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us all to arguing again in this society, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on the doctor now and be good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor is baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. I fear it. Let us rather blame
How
ourselves.
can we blame ourselves? My husband is one of 9 sons, and they have peopled this province for years.
Not fathom that.
But I must. You think it's God's work that you never bury a child nor a grandchild, and I bury all but one? There are wheels within wheels in this village, and fires within fires. When Reverend Hill comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mrs. Paris. We vote on name in this society, not by acreage.
I have never heard you worried so on this society. In fact, I have not seen you in a Sabbath meeting since snow flew.
I have trouble enough that I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. Take it to heart, Mr. Paris. There are many others who do not come to church because you hardly mention God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
It is somewhat true. There are many that well to bring their children.
It is not the children I preach for, Rebecca. It is not children who are unmindful of their obligation towards this ministry.
Are there really those unmindful?
I should say the better half of Salem. Where is my wood? My contract provides that I am supplied with all my firewood. I've been waiting since November for a stay, and even in November, I had to show my frost-bitten hands like some London beggar.
You have £6 for you to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I regard that £6 is part of my salary. I am paid little enough without having to spend £6 on firewood.
60 plus 6 for firewood.
The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
Aye, you're well instructed in arithmetic.
Mr. Corey, you look far for a man of my kind with £66 a year. I am not used to that kind of poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord here. I don't understand it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition lest there be a howling riot of arguments. I've often wondered if the devil be in somewhere. I cannot understand people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you were the first minister that ever did demand the deed to this house.
Man, don't a minister deserve a house to live in?
To live in, yes, but to ask for orders to decide if you shall own the meeting house itself. The last meeting I were at, you spoke so long on deeds and mortgages. I thought it were an auction.
I want a mark of confidence is all. I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put up like the cat whenever some majority feel win. You people seem not to understand that the minister is the Lord's man in the parish. A minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Aye.
There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can we speak 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of hell!
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers? We're not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you can tell that to your followers.
My followers.
There is a party in this church. I am not blind. There is a faction and a party.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca.
No,
I like not the smell of this authority.
no. You cannot break charity with your minister. You are of another kind, John. Clasp his hand and make your peace.
I have dropped so in moment, What say you, Giles? Let's go find that party. He says there's a party.
I'm not yet done. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind the trouble being among us all these years. Think on it. It's a deep thing. As dark as a pit. I have been 6 times
Is it the
important.
devil's fault that a man cannot call you, say you good morning, without you clapping for defamation? You are old, Giles, and your hearing is not as well as you did.
John Proctor, I have just last month received the £9 damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof off your house.
I have never said no such thing, but I have paid you for it, so I hope I can call you death without charge. Now what say you, Giles? You help me drag my lumber home.
Pray you, someone take these.
Mr. Hale, thank goodness you arrived. Lord, mine are heavy.
They must be their weighted with authority.
Well, you sure do come prepared.
We shall need hard study, but it comes down to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I know you, but I suppose you look as such a good soul should. We have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know if this is the woman? This is Thomas Putnam's wife, Anne Putnam.
Putnam, I had not expected to be in the house of such distinguished company.
It does not seem to save us today, Mr. Hale. We've come to you to help us save our child.
Your child ails too?
Her soul just seems blown away. She sleeps, and yet she walks, and she cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you men also have afflicted children?
No, these are foreigners. John Proctor.
Hey, you don't believe in witches.
I've never said anything on which is one way or the other. Will you come now, Giles?
Coach, I have some few clear questions to ask this fellow.
I've heard you be a sensible man, as you know. Hope you leave something to say.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? She tried to leap out the window. We discovered her on the high road this morning, waving her arms as though she fly.
Who tries to fly?
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale. That is surely a sign of witchcraft.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are definite as stone. And I should warn you, I shall not continue here unless you are prepared to believe me if I should find no bruise of hell upon her.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed.
Good
We will
then.
abide by your judgment.
Now what were your first warnings of this strangeness?
Well, I discovered her and my niece and 10 or 12 of the other girls dancing last night in the forest.
You permit dancing?
No. It was secret.
Mr. Paris has saved his knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Ern.
I am sure of it, sir. I sent my daughter to Tituba. She shall learn who murdered your sisters.
Goody Anne! You sent a child to conjure up the dead!
Let God blame me, not you, Rebecca. I will not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it natural work to lose 7 children before they live a day?
7 dead in childbirth.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil stands stripped of all of his brute disguises. Here are all your familiar spirits, your incubi, your succubi, your wizards that go by land, by sea, by air, your witches of the night and day. Have no fear. We shall find him out, and I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she is truly within the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to set her free.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
Well, to the end, we may open up the boil of all our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale, let's say you here.
Mr. Hale,
Yes?
I always want to pass a learned man. What signifies reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. I wake many a night to find her in the corner reading of strange books. Now, what do you make of that?
Well, that's not necessarily...
It discomforts me. Last night, Marcus, I tried, and could not pray. Then, she closed her book, left the house, and suddenly, Marcus, I could pray again.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. That is strange. I'll speak further on that with you.
Now, I'm not saying she's touched the devil, you see. I just admire to know what books she reads and why she reads them.
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now, mark me. If the devil is truly in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room, so please, keep your wits about you. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Now, Betty dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I'm John Hale, minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Do you remember my two little girls in Beverly?
Why the devil? Why my house? We have all manner of unsentient people in the town.
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already bad? It is the best the devil wants, and who better than the minister?
That's deep, Mr. Hale. Deep.
Now, Betty, does someone afflict you? It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps some bird invisible to others comes to you. Perhaps a pig, a mouse, or any beast at all. Does some figure bid you fly? In nomine Domini Sabaoth sui felique ite ad infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing in the forest?
Like common dancing is all?
I think I ought to say I saw a kettle in the grass when they were dancing.
That were only soup.
What sort of soup were in this kettle, Abigail?
But it were beans and lentils, I think, and
You did not notice, Mr. Paris, did you any sort of living thing inside the kettle? Perhaps a spider, a mouse, a frog?
I did happen to notice some movement in the soup.
but that jumped in. We never put it in.
What jumped in?
Why, a very little frog jumped in.
A frog? Abby!
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I never called him Tituba. Tituba.
She called the devil?
Tituba, I should like to speak with Tituba.
Pretty Anne, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Did you feel any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps? A trembling below the ground?
I never saw no devil. Betty. Betty.
Abigail, you cannot evade me. Did your cousin drink any of the soup inside of that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No.
Did Tituba ask you to drink the soup?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I'm a proper girl. She made me do it. She made Betty do it.
Abby!
She made me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood.
No, chicken blood. I give cheap chicken
Tituba,
blood.
have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir, I do not. Trouble with the devil.
How come she cannot wake? Are you silencing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sends her spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh in prayer.
She often laughed in prayer.
And she comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
You beg me to conjure Abby. She begged me to make charms.
Don't lie. She comes to me while I'm sleeping. She's always making me drink corruption.
Why do you say that?
Some nights I wake and I find myself standing in the open doorway and not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep and singing her Barbados songs and tempting me.
Mr. Reverend,
Tituba, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power on this child.
You most certainly do, and I want you to tear her free from it. When did you compact with the devil?
I don't compact with the devil, sir.
Confess yourself, or I will take you back and whip you to your death, Tituba.
Wait, this woman must be hanged.
No. Don't hang, Tituba.
good Christian woman, would you not?
I, sir, a good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
Oh, yes, I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God. Tituba, you love God.
I love God with all my being.
Now, to God's holy name,
Oh, bless him.
and to all of his glory.
Bless him.
Now,
Bless God.
open up yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Praise the Lord.
When the devil came to you, did he ever come with anyone else? Perhaps someone you knew, someone from the village.
Who came with him? Was it man or woman who came with him?
Man or woman? Was woman.
What woman? The woman you said? What woman?
It was black dark and
You could see him, why could you not see her?
There was always talking. There was always running around and carrying on.
You mean out of Salem? Salem witches?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Tituba, you must have no fear to give us all their names. I am going to help you. God can never overcome a minister. Surely you must know that.
Oh, I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that speaks a wish to come to heaven's side, and God will bless you for your help.
God bless you, Mr. Ham.
You are selected, Tituba. You are chosen. You are God's instrument put on this earth to help us cleanse our village. So, speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back on the devil and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
God protect Tituba.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come with anyone else? 2, 3, 4, how many?
There was four.
Who? Their names, their names!
How many times he bid me kill you, Mr. Paris?
Show me.
He said Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris, no goodly man. Mr. Paris, being man and no gentleman. And he bid me rise out of my bed and cut your throat. But I tell him no. I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he said, you work for me, Tituba. I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear and put you way high up in the air, and you go fly back to Barbados. But I say you lie, devil, you lie. And then he come one stormy night, and he said, look, I have white people belong to me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good.
I said Goody Osborne.
Osborne realized to me 3 times. I begged my husband not to call her. I begged him because I fear her. My baby's always scribbled in her arms.
Tituba, you must have no fear to give us all their names. How could you bear to see this child suffering? Look at her, Tituba. Look at her God-given innocence. Her soul is so tender. The devil is out feasting upon her like the beast upon the pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I dance with the devil. I read his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil.
Sarah Good.
I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Jacob with the devil.
She speaks. She speaks.
Glory to God! It is broken! They are free! Let him be iron!
coffee's good. I'll buy it for you. Would that please you?
It would.
I mean, please.
I know.
Side.
Aye.
This farm is content from your foot. Drop the seeds in.
It must be.
You want to bring some flowers into it.
Oh, I forgot. I go tomorrow.
Just wait to do that. On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I've never seen such a load of flowers on here. Lilacs have a purple smell. Lilac is the smell of nightfall. Massachusetts is such a beautiful spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you were sad, man. Are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
I have no business in Salem,
You did speak of going earlier this week.
and I've thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why did you let her go? You heard me forbid her go.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault, Elizabeth. It is a fault. You are the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth? You are the mistress here.
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her go to Salem, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court what court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says. Weighty magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Oh, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There'll be 14 people in the jail now, she says. And they'll be tried. The court have power to hang them, too, she says.
They never hang
The
anybody.
deputy governor promised hangment. They'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Speak of Abigail, and I thought she were a saint to hear her. Abigail brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd pardons the seat for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if they scream and howl and fall to the floor, the persons clapped in the jail for bewitching them.
Oh, it was a black mischief there.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it's a fraud.
It is. It surely is.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheetham. He knows you well. Tell him what she said to you last week at her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
She did. She did.
God forbid you keep that in your court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. They must. It is a wonder they do believe her.
I will go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good, then let you think on it.
I only wonder how I may prove what she told me. If the girl is a saint now, I think it not easy to prove her fraud in the town gone so silly. She told me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment, I alone.
Why, then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say, the other's coming soon after.
Do as you wish, then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion.
I'll
I'll not have it.
Then let not you earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if we're on Abigail, you must go to her. Would you falter now? I
Now,
think not.
look, you will not.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me anymore, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge her with fraud, and I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvements before you go to judge me again. I forgot, Abigail, and
I.
spare me. I forget, you forget nothing, and forgive nothing. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since you were gone. I have not moved from there to there without I think to please you. And still, an everlasting funeral marches around your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted every moment, judged through lies as though I come into court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with a crowd, you said. And
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am only trying.
No more. I should have roared you down when you first told me your suspicion, but I wilted it like a Christian. I confessed. Confessed. Some dream I must have had to mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not, and you let me remember it. Let you look sometimes at the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart who judges you.
you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I will whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I am sick. I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddering. I am in proceedings all day.
And what are the proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do so in my wife and holy ground?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time at sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair topic.
We all must love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed, we must.
I will get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep.
Mary, is it true that before 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There'll be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hanging, you say?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit this.
Why, he sentenced her. He must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down, and we all must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabber she is. Did you not tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she near to choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
How, Mary, surely.
Goody Proctor, she tried to kill me many times.
I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come to court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches and be so very old and poor. But then she sat there denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And then there's a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once, I remember everything she had done to me.
Why, what has she done to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor. She come to this very door, begging bread and a cup of cider, and whenever I turned her away, she mumbles.
Mumble? She may mumble if she's hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month, a Monday, I think. When she walked away, I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do, I think.
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he asked her so. Goody Osborne, says he, what curse do you mumble, that this girl must fall ill after turning you away? And she replies, why, your excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye. But then Judge Hawthorne say, recite for us your commandments. And of all 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments. They had her in a black lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof.
I told you the proof. It's hard proof, hard as a rock, the judges said.
You are not going to court anymore.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day now. I'm amazed you do not see what way you work.
What work, you do? It is strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But, Mr. Proctor, they will not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail some time now. And here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Driggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. Smoking a pipe all these years, no husband either. But she's safe, thank God, for they'll not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel, you must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. I will be gone every day now for some time. I'm an official of the court, they say, and
I'll official you.
I'll not stand whipping anymore, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, promise now you'll stay at home.
The devil's loose in Salem, and
sit up. Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, the noose, the noose.
There'll be no noose.
She wants me dead, John. I knew always you would come to this.
They dismissed it. You heard her say
And what
this.
if tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know it.
I say sit you down. Then we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
I'll find Ezekiel Cheever and tell him what she told me. That it was all for sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than Cheever's help is needed now, I think. Will you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. She may dote on it now. I'm sure she does. Thinks to kill me than to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There be a certain danger in calling such a name. I know goody good that sleeps in ditches, no Osborne drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place,
She
John.
cannot think so.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you somewhat ashamed, for I am there. She's so close.
When will you know me? Were I a stone, I would crack for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may send, break it, John, break it.
Good then, I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will burn her hotter than the oldest sinner in hell. But pray begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger? I only ask
Woman,
you.
am I so base? You truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise a stallion gives a mare, I give that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit and I am honest. But I'll bleed it no more. I see now your spirit twist around a single hour of my life and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Good evening, Miss.
I hope I do not startle you.
No, it's only that I have heard no horse.
You are to my Proctor?
Yes.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
No. We're just not used to visitors after dark. You are welcome. Will you sit down, sir?
I will, sir. And sit you down, good lad, Proctor.
You drink cider this morning.
No, it rebels my stomach. I have some traveling yet tonight. Hear me. I will not keep you long, but I have some business with you.
Business of the court.
No, I come of my own. I know not if you are yet aware, but your wife's name is somewhat mentioned in the court.
Yes, we know. Mary Warren told us, and we are entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those that come accused before the court. So, then now this evening and now tonight I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house, and
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, Rebecca's traffic with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think so.
These are new times, sir. No man may longer doubt that the powers of the dark are in monstrous attack upon this village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge of that mind, but it is hard to think that such a pious woman is secretly a devil's bitch after 7 years of good prayer.
Aye, sir, but the devil is a wily one. You cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought, sir, to put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you will permit me.
We fear no questions.
Good then. Now, in the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on the Sabbath day.
No, sir, you're mistaken.
26 times in 17 months. Sir, I must call that rare. Why are you so absent?
I never knew I had to account for that man. I come to church or I stay here. My wife was sick this past week.
So I am told so, sir, but you, why could you not be in church?
I surely did when I could, and when I could not, I stayed here and prayed in this house.
Sir, your house is not a church. Surely your theology must tell you that.
It does, it does. It also tells me that a minister may pray to God that without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them. A sweeter hand never made such a mess. But then came along Mr. Paris, and for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I labor the earth from dawn of day till blink of night. And I tell you the truth, sir, when I see my money glaring at his elbows when I look up to heaven, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think that man dreams of cathedrals and not clapboard meeting halls.
And yet, sir, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Boys.
How come it that only 2 of them are baptized?
I like not that Mr. Parrish should lay his hands upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
I must say it, sir, that is not for you to decide. The man's ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hill?
Oh, no, I have no suspicion.
I nailed the roof upon that church. I hung the
Well,
door.
did you? Well, that's a good sign.
I may have been too quick to put that man to book, but surely you cannot think that we desire the destruction of religion. I think that is what you're thinking right now. Is it not?
There is a softness in your record, sir, a
I
softness.
think maybe we have been too hard with Mr. Paris. I think so. Sure, we never loved the devil here.
Then tell me, Elizabeth, do you know your prayers, your commandments?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, sir?
I'm sure I do.
Let you repeat them then, if you will.
Your commandments.
I, sir.
Thou shalt not kill.
I.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods or make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. And thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You said that twice, sir.
All right.
Adultery.
You see, sir, between the two of us, we do nothing wrong. It's a small fault, I think.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There's no love for Satan in this house.
I pray it, sir. I pray it dearly. Well, then I'll bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do think you are suspecting me somewhat. Are you not?
No, I have no suspicion. I come only to offer what I can to the godly justice of the court. I wish you both good health and good fortune. Pray you good night.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness. I cannot prove it except my word be taken. But I know the children's sickness is not to do with it.
Not to do.
Mr. Paris discovered them sporting in the woods. They started and took sin.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail.
I, sir.
Abigail told you it had not to do with
He
witchcraft.
told me the day you came, sir.
Well, why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight that this world had gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense! Mister, I have myself examined Tituba, Saragood, and numerous others who have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed
And
it.
why must they hang for denying it? There are them that would swear to anything before they hang. Surely you know that.
You would testify to this in court.
I have not recognized going to court.
You falter there.
I falter nothing. But I do wonder if my story would be credited in such a court. I wonder if how such a pious minister as you would suspicion such a woman that has never lied and cannot, and the whole world knows cannot. I may falter somewhat. I am no fool.
Very well. Let the third child be quickly baptized and go with you each Sunday to church without fail and keep a quiet, solemn way about you. I think that if you do all of the...
Giles, what's the matter?
You take my wife, and Miss Rebecca.
Rebecca's in jail.
Cheever come and take her in his wagon. We've only now come from the jail, and they won't even let us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Mr. Nurse, calm yourself, pray.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale.
How were Rebecca charged?
For murder she's charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca Nurse be tamed, there's nothing to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. They will set her free, I know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
Nurse, though our hearts break, we cannot flinch. These are new times, sir. There is a misty plot afoot, so subtle, we should be criminal to cling to old respects and ancient friendships. There is too much evidence and proof presented in the court to deny it. The devil is alive in Salem, and we dare not quail to follow where the accusing finger points.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember, until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife touched the devil. Only that she reads the strange books, Mr. Hale.
Mr. Corey, what complaint were made on your wife?
Oh, that bloody mongrel Walcott charged her. Come to buy a pig. My wife might be 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And that pig dies soon after. So he come dancing back in for his money. And my wife, Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live long enough to hold many, she says. So he goes into court, and he claims that that's either this, he can't have one of his own pigs in more than 4 weeks, because my wife Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Why, good evening, Mr. Cheever.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
Hope you come not on business in court.
I do, Proctor. I'm clerk of court now.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, an honest tailor such as yourself might have gone to heaven, but was burned in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself, I'm too as I'm told. Oh, you surely know that, Giles. And I'd ask that you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. Not the sound of it. And now believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law of all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
You say she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I were given 16 warrant tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time and court may be search a house. But I like not to search a house. So you hand me any coppets that your wife may keep here.
Hobbits.
I never kept no coppets, not since I were a girl. I spy a puppet, Goody Proctor. Oh, this is Mary's. What would you please to give it to me? Has the court discovered a text in poppets now? Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one until tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Right, they say that she may see me. Now, woman, will you please tell
She
me?
will not go with you. Fetch Mary.
No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You'll leave her out of sight and out of mind. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
Mr. Cheever, what meaning has it?
Why, they say that she might signify that. Why this?
What's there?
It's a needle. Herrick, it's a needle.
What signifies a needle?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir.
Why? What meaning has it?
She sat to dinner at Reverend Paris' house, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor. Like a struck beast, she says, and screams a scream that only a bull would weep to hear. He goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches into the flesh of her belly, and needle stuck. And she demanded of her how she could come to be so stuck. And she testified with one of your wife's familiar spirits.
She stuck it in herself. You better not be taking this for proof.
It is hard proof. I find here a poppet that Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir. And in the belly a needle stuck. I never warranted to see such proof of hell, and I bid you obstruct me not, for I...
Here, now. Mary, how did this poppet come into my house?
What puppet's
This poppet, this poppet.
I think it is mine.
It is your poppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it get to my house?
Why, I made it in court and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
You see, now you have it.
Mary Warren, a needle had been found inside this poppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
Mary Warren,
And you stuck it in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
you're sure this your natural memory that no one conjures you to say this even now?
Conjures me? Why no, sir, I'm entirely myself, I think. Why, you asked Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me while I knitted.
Mary Warren, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail Williams.
Murder? I charge no murder.
Mary Warren, a needle had been found inside her and the puppet's belly.
She charges me.
Aye.
The girl is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard it, sir. Her dad in the wrong place.
Out of my house!
Proctor! If you dare not touch her.
Him, the deputy governor! Out of my house!
Proctor! You ripped the deputy governor's warrants.
Let you be done with them. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is
If
innocent,
she is innocent, how may none of you wonder if Paris be innocent or Abigail be innocent? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's own fingers? I will tell you what is walking sin. Vengeance is walking sin. We are what we always were. But now, the crazy little children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrant is vengeance. I will not give my life to vengeance. No, you will not.
Proctor, the court is
Just
just.
Pilate, you will not clean your hands of this. God will not let you.
I think I must go with her. Mary, there's bread enough in the morning you will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as you were his daughter, you owe me that and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you soon.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean upon that court. Fear nothing.
I will fear nothing. Oh, the children. I have gone to visit someone sick.
Herrick! Herrick! You will not chain her! Damn you, man! I will not have her chained! Off with them!
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
Calm yourself.
I will pay you, Herrick. I will pay you!
God's name, Giles. I cannot help but must chain him off and let you keep inside until I am done. Proctor.
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I have heard in your wife's defense, I'll not feel fear to testify to in court. God help me, I cannot judge her innocent or guilty. I know not. But only this consider. The world goes mad, and it profits you nothing seek vengeance upon a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward
I
now.
cannot think God be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and hangings promised. We must think on cause proportionate. Were there some murder done, perhaps, and never brought to light? Abomination? Some secret blasphemy stinks up to heaven? Think on cause, man, and then bring it to me to discover it. For that is your way. Believe me, that is your only way when the world goes mad with such confusion. I pray you, gentlemen, counsel upon yourselves. Think upon your village and what you may have done to draw from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. I'll pray God open up your eyes.
I never heard no murder.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go home now, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Let you think on it? You coming early? Eh?
We'll speak on it tomorrow. Go home now.
Good night.
Good night.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You will come to court with me now. You will tell them in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell them how that papa came into my house and who stuck the needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that, Mr. Proctor, and she'll charge lechery on you.
She's told you.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good, pit, and you will tell them what you know in the court.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
You will. My wife will not die for me. I will bring your guts to your mouth. That goodness will not die for me.
I cannot.
Make your peace. Heaven and hell grapple on our backs. It is pretense that rips it away. Make your peace.
No, I cannot.
Peace. It is a providence. A grip of change. We are what we always were in Salem, but naked now. I, naked. And the wind, God's icy wind will blow us all away.